Vaping with the Ohmies. 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 Welcome everybody, welcome to the show. Let me introduce you to some dudes in case you don't know. First we got Aziz all the way from Kuwait. Always got a point when it's time for debate. Oh my Lanta, some call him Dan. Got the dad jokes in the palm of his hand. Boom Sauce McNasty got his eyes on the news. Got his ear to the streets and he's down for the crew. Next up is Clown, the DIY king. Got a juice line and some coils that sing. Then there's a bear who's smarter than average. Quick with a wit, his name Vapor Swaggins. Then there's the homie, we know him as Frames. And too many guests to remember the names. Together they make up this killer vape panel. So hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Vaping with the Ohmies. 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 Vaping with the Ohmies.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Vaping with the Ohmies. What's in the news, Poon Sauce? Alright, guys. It's that time for Dan's Dad Joke of the Week. What is going on, Ohmies? Welcome back for episode 20, I believe we're on today. Yeah, I can't believe it's 20 episodes. But of course, as you can obviously see, guys, we're down a Clown, aka KVTV, but we picked up a Palmer's Powders. So shout out to my boy Ashton. You guys can catch him with us on the Shed Time podcast on Sundays, which if you haven't listened to, we have Poon Sauce on. So it's like we can almost kind of do like a podcast recap almost. We might talk about that a little bit at the end of the show. But of course, if you guys haven't checked that out, go check that out. But of course, we got Poon Sauce, aka Poon Doodle McNoodle, aka Poon Toot McBoot Scoot, aka Poon Sauce what you think
Poon
of it,
McNasty.
you think of it, it's probably been his name at some point. And then of course Ashton. So what we're gonna do is go through the normal vape buffet, see what we've got going tonight. I got a couple things here. Let's see what the rest of the crew's got. So let's start off with Mr. Palmer's Powders. Ashton.
What's up, everybody? Hello to everybody off in the YouTube land comment section. Big shout outs to all you guys out there. Thanks for joining us on a Monday night show. First off, I got that, beautiful burgundy corn vert, as I like to call it, going for the top down. It's an RDA for vaping with this beautiful burgundy ring to match it up all the way down with the unicorn vert. Inside that, I'm rocking Breeze Tones 25 millimeter coils. Took a wrap off of them, tossed them in that, and they're just banging that sweet, sweet unicorn dew from Kelly Kill. Next up, I got the Monarch from Aspen Modco with the RDA for vaping on top with the cloud cap, and that is burgundy as well. It's my favorite color. Goes good with black. And inside that, I got, that Boule Bolu.
Banana Land.
Still trooping on that 100 ml bottle. Just been savoring every last drop. And inside that RDA for vaping, I got some Breeze Tones. But that's it. I came with a little buffet today.
Very
what do you
nice.
got, Poon Sauce?
I got a few things tonight. One Gen R with the S-Tank, of course. It's like my everyday carry.
Real quick, though, we got a new name for Corey. Poon Sucka McButt Puncher. Thank you for that, Anthony.
Oh, okay. Well,
Poon Sucka
I like
McButt
Puncher, though.
Puncher.
I think Puncher sounds better, though. I ad-libbed the end of it.
whatever works, I guess. Inside of there, I got some of that Hogut's Yogurt's mango lemonade. Delicious in there. And next, I got that Palmerized little grippy grip action going on here. A little purple and black, a little craziness. With the Cosmonaut 2. And inside of there is some Clouds and Coils frame staple God coils with some little strawberry unicorn mountain burl skeet action. Wait, what is this? What do we call it? Strawdiddle skeet or something like that? I don't know.
Straw diddle skate.
Yeah, some of that strawdiddle skeet. And then got my Captain with the Blotto, another everyday carry, with some Hometown Hero Leviathan. This is Depths, which is the sea salt caramel custard. And then finally, I got my MK Regina GT4S with a little bit of Transistors Rocket Reloaded inside of there. A little bit of steep, little Rocket Reloaded action.
Oh, gee.
Nice.
Tasty. Like a 120 mil glass dripper, so you know it's old. So that's all I got. What about you, James?
All right, well, I'll start off with this jammy here. Got the Illusion Malbec vert that I coated myself with a little bit of some, Ashton gave me a hand. He kind of gave me some pointers, let me know what I was doing, so it came out pretty nice. But of course, I've got the
You got
Druga.
video footage. You actually did spray it.
I did spray it. I did spray this mod, guys. That is not fake. I did do that. But I do have the Gunmetal Druga V2 on there that I built up, I believe it was yesterday, I think, in a little build stream I did. Got the Red Rum Chop Top, which is a little bit more red, just because I've been vaping on it, so it's got a little bit of heat to it. But usually when it's cooler, it matches this Malbec very nicely. Inside, got some Breeze Tones coils, of course. Shout outs to Steve's Brones, one of our amazing sponsors here on the show. Of course, we got some Bottled Violence Toffee Custard on the inside of that. Super, super delicious, especially like with some coffee in the morning. If you guys like, coffee and vape pairings, this Toffee Custard's one to go with for sure. Next setup I've got is stuff. You guys know I'm probably never going to be putting this thing down. Shotgun Lightsaber, RDA for Vaping, custom coated by the man himself, the guy down here, Palmas Powdas, with a Blizzard chop top on top of there. This has got a set of Sammy Nitro 26 gauge aliens on the inside. And I switched it up and tried the newest version of heads, because I tried the original release and then bought a bottle of the new formula, like the new mix that he did. And I gotta say, I think I'm more of a fan of the original one over this one. Not saying that this one's bad, but I think I preferred the other one just for my taste. But pretty solid inside that RDA for vaping. And last but certainly not least, 1 Gen M mechanical squonker, little 18650, little side fire stab wood there. Got the flavor.
So that's where the button's
dude,
on it?
that's how you fire it, bro. Firing bar right there.
Sexy.
Got the flavor on there from Adrian Yu out of the Malaysia, I think it is. Little single coil flavor banger, dude, banging. Got a 8-bit, aka Janklin Green, little micro MTL tip on there. And this has actually got a single Breeze Tones coil in there that I actually repurposed from a 3mm to a 2.5. And honestly, I think I need to replace it with something a little bit finer gauge, something that doesn't quite get as warm, because in this little tiny restricted flavor bang, I'm getting a little bit too hot for my liking. But as the battery dies, it gets a little bit more tolerable. But inside, shout outs to Rescued, one of our other amazing sponsors, because I've got some Ben in there, one of my all-time favorites. This is like literally my favorite out of all their liquids, I think. Guava lemonade, super delicious, especially after this little tiny flavor banger. Flavor is on point, especially off of Steve's Brown Coil. So with that, I think that wraps up the buffet here, guys. So it's time for that beginning segment after the buffet that we get to talk to my man Poon Sauce, and you guys can get a whole episode of this every other Wednesday on his channel. So make sure you guys go check that out. But it's time for a little bit of what's in the news, Poon Sauce.
Little quick, little easy, little talk today. Of course, we all know that You Don't Know Nicotine had their debut over the weekend, which I've heard some pretty good things about.
This is true.
So, highly recommend everybody go to their website, buy some merch. Let's help these guys out. They put out something that could possibly help the industry like crazy.
I mean, come on, how long have we been waiting for this movie?
Yeah, we've been waiting for this movie for years.
Right.
So, link to the website is in chat. Buy some merch. I just bought some today. I think I bought a tank top and a shirt, some stickers, and all kinds of stuff. And of course, finally, I want to talk about something Mr. Nick Green's been talking about. I think we need to get more people involved in this. It's the Veritas cohort study, which I believe if you're on like the northeast coast a little bit or in Canada, if you've smoked less than 1,000 cigarettes in your life, you might want to take part in this study because it's something really interesting that could possibly another thing that can help the industry as well. So I know Nick's been trying to get people on it as well. So I thought I'd jump on the train to help out a little bit with these guys because this is something that could do some pretty good with information out there. So I think if you're able to take part of this, please do so. And because it's all you have to do is you have to currently be vaping and smoke less than 1,000 cigarettes, 50 packs in your life. I think we probably know at least one person out there.
Definitely not me.
Yeah, I know. I think the three of us on here would kind of.
Yeah.
Old Palmas Powder's kid would not qualify for this study.
Not at all. Not at all.
I think we're all off the list on this one, but
I would be curious to see, what kind of information and, kind of data that they do end up gathering from this study. So
100%.
If you guys are interested, not only for that study that Poon Sauce is talking about, there's a link there for that, as well as the no nicotine link. If you guys want to learn more information about maybe where they might be premiering it, if they might be premiering it somewhere local to you and you want to go check it out, you can definitely go over to the website and check that out as well, and maybe kind of keep an eye on where it might be coming to, maybe streaming platforms at some point. That's going to be the best way to get news on it.
Or if there's a way where we can buy it online or something and then buy it off their website and just download it.
Go check it out. Go check it out. From what I hear, it's been getting a really, really great response from, a lot of the people in the community. Like I heard Grim said he thought it was great. And stuff like that. Haven't had a chance to really talk with him on it, but it'd be awesome to see, guys. I'm definitely interested in it. Definitely want to see it myself and see what kind of information was shared and all that good stuff. So thank you for that, Corey. Of course, like we said, if you guys want to know more about what's in the news, advocacy wise, they do have some fun news topics they do every now and then, and they cover stuff outside of vaping too every now and then, guys. So go over there, check them out. Poon Sauce McNasty, Logan Exhales, What's in the News, Wednesdays on the Poon Sauce McNasty channel. Check it out. Just do it. Just do it. But anyway, for tonight, we kind of got like a kind of a cool topic that me and Corey were kind of talking about earlier on in the day. It's something that kind of got brought up early on in the stew, but we're kind of taking a different spin on it. Like Stan was saying something about kind of being burnt out or whatever with, the sort of, content creating or whatever that sort of situation is. But one thing that me and Corey were kind of talking about is noticing kind of like a change in, the whole vape content creation side of things lately. Like even more so, like people aren't doing as many. There are still people doing the recorded videos, but a lot of people are kind of getting into the live thing lately. I've been noticing it's something that's been growing more and more since we've got into it. Was something that really brought me into the community and kind of got me involved, was doing these live shows and stuff like that. But like for you, Corey, what's some of the biggest things that you've seen kind of, change in, the scene here on like YouTube or just in content creation as far as, the vape community goes?
So back when I started watching YouTube videos for vaping, there were hundreds of little reviewers / DIY channels, all kind of stuff. Now I'm starting to see the trend of people moving over to different avenues since we all kind of see the direction the industry is going in America. So a lot of people are taking different avenues where it comes to like streaming video games or putting up a different channel. I know Stan was possibly talking about a different kind of channel he wanted to do, and just all these content creators out there are coming up with different ideas, different passions to kind of create content with, because at the end of the day, everybody that has a YouTube channel or puts up anything on YouTube, you're a content creator first, not just a YouTube reviewer or a vape reviewer. But they're taking what they've learned over the years and kind of putting it in a different kind of passion.
Taking a different avenue almost.
Yeah, taking a different avenue and showing
different passions.
Yeah, showing that people are passionate about other things besides vaping, which is cool because let's be honest here, not everybody. Whoa, hiccups are about to come. I don't know. Not everybody is only passionate about vaping.
Yeah, it's like look at all of us here on this panel. For instance, me and Ashton, we've branched out on a new venture, this year. But the podcast, what I mean, that's something that, we've thought about. It was something that was literally kind of brand new to Ashton. We literally just kind of brought him right into it, like without any introduction into you to know what it's like to do like any sort of like this content creation as we do, like doing these like kind of panel shows. And it was a cool venture, man, because like with that, me and Ashton are able to pursue other passions in our lives and, you know, talk about those sort of subjects and, you know, those sort of things, which is awesome because it gives us a little bit of a break from the monotony of the consistent, like if you guys have been around the industry in the past, you know, a couple years, I'd say even the past like 5 years, there's been a lot of ups and downs, and, you know, so all of a sudden, you know, this part of the market's up and people are buying this like crazy, and then all of a sudden, you know, we got some sort of regulation thing that comes in, and then everything dips, and then it kind of goes back up, and we've kind of been going along this roller coaster for the past few years. And I can kind of understand how a lot of these people that have been doing this like vape content creation could get burnt out after a while with just all the constant, you know, information and all the political stuff that's been happening over the past few years. That's really what kind of, you know, burns me out overall. It's not so much creating, you know, vape content, you know, when it comes to like reviews or, you know, doing the fun shows and stuff like that, but like when it comes to all the advocating that has been done over the past few years, I feel like that's a lot that can kind of, you know, weigh on somebody, especially like, you know, someone like Grim that's been doing this for like a decade. You know what I mean? I could see why he might want to kind of switch things up, you know, here and there, and do something a little different. You know what I mean? Get out of the monotony and being so complacent, doing the same thing, and just like kind of break out and do something different, kind of get away from that extra stress that's kind of been brought on with a lot of these, you know, regulations and everything else that's kind of been coming on, even when it comes down to the government, to even YouTube in itself, man. We're having a hard time with vape content on YouTube there for like the last, you know, year or so. You know, people's channels getting taken down, getting community copyright strikes and all these other different things. And I could see it, man. And I could also see, like you were saying, kind of seeing how some people are kind of breaking off the vapor and kind of starting to do other things. Not saying that they've been completely stopping, but kind of going after other avenues and seeing how things could be there. Like, what about you, Ashton? What are some of the things that you kind of noticed within the past couple years? Because I know you've been around the community for a long time.
Well, I could kind of touch on this in a sense, dude. Like, I mean, think about your life prior to like even picking up a cigarette, man. Think about those passions that you woke up every morning and did, and that you were addicted to, like whether it was like going ride a bicycle or a skateboard or golfing, or, you know, if you're good at basketball or track, you know what I mean? Like there was once a passion prior to even combusting a cigarette. So like, I feel like, you know, I give big, you know, like I push those people that are trying to change, not necessarily change what they're doing, but like find something new. And it may not be even something new. It may be something they were passionate about prior to vaping. Yeah. You know, I'm one of those big people. I grew up racing motocross and BMX. And it's like, now that I've gotten to this point in my life, become a business owner, I'm rolling on a year being self-employed and stuff. Now I'm thinking about those things. I'm thinking about, you know, getting myself a new mountain bike and getting back out in the woods and getting, you know, getting back to riding and stuff. And because it's like, if your mind and your head isn't right, like, how are you supposed to give off good, authentic, good content, regardless of what you're trying to, you know, put out?
Yeah, like me and you we were literally just saying this before the show, because we were kind of talking about this topic a little bit beforehand in like the little pre-show. And it's like, if you're someone that's getting burnt out doing something and you're not 100% into it, it's going to reflect in your overall product or content that you create. You know what I mean? If you're not 100% in it, people that are going to watch it are going to notice it, and your views are going to drop or whatever, and that sort of thing. So I can kind of see how some people have kind of, you know, pulled back. Like for me, myself, like I've been going through quite a bit over the past, you know, couple months, you know what I mean? In between different jobs and, you know, a lot of different things that have a lot of family stuff going on. So even for me, I've kind of pulled back a little bit from the amount of content that I was creating, just because I've needed to take time for myself and kind of, you know, focus on other things. But this is something like I feel, just me personally, like I don't think I'm necessarily going to be looking to change what I'm doing here on this, like on YouTube. You know what I mean? I enjoy what I do. I have fun doing these shows. I do enjoy checking out these different products and reviewing them and see how they compare to, you know, previous versions or different, you know, products from different manufacturers and all this sort of thing. It's something that I'm personally still interested in, and something me and Corey were saying is I think we might see kind of like a new wave of people that kind of come up more to the forefront as far as, you know, like the deep reviewing stuff kind of goes. And I don't know, man. It's like, it's almost like it's a new era is about to happen with this, because, you know, we've got this whole PMTA thing that's looming over us. We've got all these different regulations that are looming over us. And I feel like the way that content is going to be put onto YouTube is going to kind of shift in some way, shape, or form. Not sure which way it's going to go. You know what I mean? But I can definitely see that.
Well, it's like let's be honest here, all three of us here have been watching YouTube videos and watching live shows for years now. And we can all admit that there's been a kind of a change when it comes to viewership and all that stuff. I remember back in the day watching when the stew was first around, up there being almost 300 people in chat. And then nowadays it's just like sometimes you'll maybe hit 150. It's just people viewing YouTube differently.
I think it also kind of goes with like,
you
know, like the demographic of what's trending, man. Like if you look at what's trending in life and what's not trending in life, like think about it even just 3 years ago, like where vaping was 3 years ago. We were still having expos. We were still, you know what I mean? Like there was still two handfuls of vape reviewers out. Like I remember back in the day, you could even call it like it was just like the race to review shit when it was just coming out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at the beginning of it, people were, you know, taking their time with products, and then
well, at that time, dude, you
couldn't take your time with it. It was just people trying to get the information out there for the consumer.
Here's where the change happened, bro. Because before, when all this really started, as far as it goes to, you know, the whole reviewing side of things, it didn't so much start off as reviews as much so as people figuring things out that work better and wanted to share the information so people could have an overall better experience. And I feel like that has been lost. As far as it comes to reviewing a product. You know what I mean? It's not so much trying to help somebody who might have picked it up get a better experience out of it, or, you know, get the overall, you know, figure out what might need to happen to make it work. Everybody is just, because now it's like we've got things so dialed in that you can get an RDA and it's going to be great almost with the first build, compared to back in the day where you might have to fiddle with it a whole lot more than you do now, just because of how much more time we spend and how the design process goes.
Out
like right
what
here
would be better, like 22 gauge or 21 gauge or 24 gauge, like
it's like right here, even like Legion himself, who says I'm in the process of putting together a new channel focused on filmmaking, editing, gear, etc. That said, I'm not going to stop or pull back from my vape channel. That is all. But see, that's like I'm starting to see more people kind of starting to branch it, because like so many of us have been in this YouTube vape bubble for so long. It's some of it, I could see at some point some of us kind of branching out and taking what we've learned here from creating content and pursuing other passions, like Legion is, like with his filmmaking and editing and stuff like that. The dude's damn good at it, bro, and he has great information that I'm sure he could share with a lot of people. So that's something I'm definitely would be interested in, and I'm sure a lot of other people are going to be interested in too. And knowing what I know from his vape channel, I can only imagine how great the content is going to be on that channel. You know what I'm saying? On the new channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just like what Vandal just said. The market has changed, making it easier to lose the need for bigger learning curve.
Exactly.
You know, it's everything's so plug and play and so convenient now.
So
then it's kind of like what Legion is kind of saying with the whole, you know, like he's going to do a whole nother channel, but still with the vaping thing. Like I find that I feel like you get to a certain point after you've been doing this for so long and with certain people's avenues, like you get so content with it that you may be content with that's how that's going. So now that your brain is content with that, you can start to do something else. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
and never stop. You can just keep adding.
And it's just like kind of how I was saying, I definitely think there's going to be a shift in the overall way that things are done as far as reviews go, just because like with the shift of the market, the shift of the content that's, you know, being created around it's going to shift as well. You know what I mean?
Do you think products are going to kind of like start like clashing with other industries and stuff? We're going to see that a lot more. I don't
know, man. I don't know. With the way that things are regulations wise, I don't know. Probably not anytime soon. But I don't know, man. It's crazy. This is another thing too. He's like, creation is now affordable. My channel will be able to teach people the info they need to master. That's it too, man. Is like I feel like now too there's so many people out there doing this that, you know, it's kind of oversaturated, and there's so many people watching so many different people that it's harder to grow. And I think with people not seeing that growth, they kind of lose the interest. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, one thing I've said since I started this channel is whatever happens, happens, man. If I get 5 subscribers, if I get 5 million subscribers, either way, I'm going to continue to do what I do because I enjoy it. And I don't look at the numbers as much as the one email or the one DM that I get saying, dude, you were right about this, or dude, you helped me with that. Like, those few messages outweigh any amount of number of subscribers, you know what I mean? Because that means that's that one person I helped have an overall better experience, or, you know, get off the cigarettes and, you know, find a healthier alternative. So, like, that's what I started this for, and that's what I'm going to continue to do it for. And I think maybe sometimes
I'll be the first person to tell you numbers don't matter.
And I'm not saying this for all people. I mean, just clarify that. I'm not doing a blanket statement here, but I feel like there are some that, you know, they lose the interest because, you know, the growth might not be there, or, you know, they just don't have the drive because they're not seeing it, or it just, honestly, I've seen the drop even in my own views in the past, you know, few months. Just, there's just so many people creating content and consuming content on so many other different platforms now that it's, I don't know,
think about
man.
it too, like the whole, if you think about it in the concept of like big movies aren't being filmed right now.
Yeah.
Like sports events aren't happening right now.
These live
So, like,
shows are really where everybody's
everybody's at home, everybody's consuming content at an all-time high. So in the sense, the playing field's pretty even right now, but you got to understand, like,
you also have to put the work in too.
yeah, like there's other things out there that people aren't normally used to seeing content wise that is out there right now than there was even 6 months ago.
Okay, now to kind of further this question, more of a broad kind of thing, I was kind of brought this up to the fellas, like, for us, you know, as the three of us are here on the panel, what are some things that maybe we would like to maybe kind of break off and do, or maybe a passion that we might want to re-pursue or kind of spark back up again? Or is there anything out there that we have planned to, you know, what's our next move? What's next for us? Like what the title is, what's next? You know, we're talking about what's next for the, you know, the whole YouTube vape community and that sort of situation. Well, what's next for us outside of this? Like, what are some of the things that we might be trying to do for ourselves, you know, just in life, whether it be a career or, you know, like I said, just following a passion again. Like Corey, like I'll start off with you. Like, what's something that you're kind of like aiming for, or kind of thinking about branching out or breaking out of the norm and doing something to, you know, better yourself or just, you know, expand?
Well, if people don't know by now, and if I don't know if most people will start to recognize it by now, but I've started to kind of grown into a different kind of passion other than vaping and vaping advocacy, which is beer. To be honest, it's something that's
Beer
kind
is
of
good.
Beer
So
is
my-
good.
grown my attention as of late. With the past few years, I've gotten really heavily deep into it, to where once things start clearing up again, I'm going to try to make it a job by working in a brewery and kind of learning, starting from the bottom and working my way up to possibly doing something big within the brewer community. I don't know. I've also thought of possibly creating content when it comes to beer, when it comes to YouTube. I don't know. It's just stuff that I've like brainstormed in my head. I'm not really 100% sure how I would do it on like a YouTube platform at all, but it's definitely turned into another passion of mine besides vaping, and I love it. I love talking about it. I love just the idea behind it, how it's a kind of another kind of community all on its own, to where it's just as heavy as the vaping community or the cannabis community or the
Bruce Sauce McTasty channel. I like it, dude. You already have a name for it and everything.
I was even thinking about like a website, like, because like the whole
Bruce
like,
Sauce, dude.
Bruce Sauce McNasty.
Bruce Sauce. I love that vandal.
You should
Fucking
do like
love
a website, because YouTube's like all weird and stuff with the stipulations. You could just do like a vloggy website area that you're just talking to the world about your beer experiences.
Right.
I've had plenty of those, let's be honest here.
You know what I mean?
I'm always learning new stuff.
Especially with you on Tavor and everything right now.
Yeah, that's turned into a whole other rabbit hole that
If you guys haven't, go check out the most recent episodes of the Shed Time podcast. We got a little loopy with some some awesome beers Corey sent our way.
We really dove in and got to, kind of get Corey on his, his new playing ground of craft beer and,
Gotta see what Corey's been up to.
Yeah, he literally sits there and, we break down the beers that we get and, get what we're getting, like tasting off of it, like the whole mouthfeel, the palate, like all that different stuff. It was a fun show, man. We did 2 of those. Dude, the one the week before was awesome. The one this week was pretty fun as well. Dude, just go check him out. You guys can hear a lot more about Poon Sauce's love for beer. But what about you, Ashton? What's something that you might be kind of, wanting to strive
There's
for?
There's gonna be there's a lot of change happening. It's happening this week. My awesome other half, Jessica, she's coming to join me at work now full time. As of Thursday will be her first day.
Family business, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big change. Hopefully it's gonna change for the better. Help me be on the gun some more, and not dealing with having to deal with packages so much, so she can do a little bit of the computer and the paperwork areas, and also when I'm getting into bigger jobs, she can be in there helping me painting or wiping or whatever she needs to be doing. And yeah, it helps me just kind of get this to where I want it to be going, making more money, getting bigger things, getting bigger equipment, all that cool stuff. But yeah, and also trying to push this. There's some cool things coming out with that on it. So if you guys haven't seen, I partnered up with Merle's Mods out of the UK, and we're coming out with the AP signature mods. So keep your guys' eyes peeled for that.
Dude.
That'll be stateside in the next month, within this month. So
dude, I'm stoked to see him, bro. I already know Poon Sauce has got himself one on pre-order already. He jumped on that
001.
He jumped on that shit with the quickness, man. He heard, asked him, AP mods, where? I need it now.
Yeah, so there's gonna
within 5 minutes of me finding out, I messaged Ashton and I messaged the guy over at Merle's and paid for it.
See, but this is the thing. Corey thought AP stood for ass puncher. You didn't get that it was Ashton.
No,
Palmer.
that was Michelle.
Damn it! You're supposed to let it go. We're supposed to pin that one on Corey, but that is 100% what Michelle said. Shout out to Michelle. We love you.
Can't let the whole time get away with that.
But yeah, dude, that's awesome, dude. I'm stoked to see what's next for Palmer's Powders. I know you're kind of gonna start breaking off into some different things, so you can kind of start running that bigger oven a little bit more.
Yeah, we got the bigger oven a couple months ago, and I've been doing stuff here and there seldomly, but I'm getting more comfortable with it every time I use it. Not that it's not something out of my wheelhouse, but it's I'm kind of picky. I'm been doing it for a long time, and I don't like to do stuff the wrong way, so I just kind of pick and choose with what I can get away with and do right with what I have right now. And I think the big thing is once she gets, comes in and starts working with me and I can get things ripping a lot better, I would like to do like a monthly vlog or, some powder videos and stuff. I want to get, like I said, I want to get back on the bicycle and start doing the stuff that I've been doing, my whole life. I want to be doing bicycle parts. I want to do it in car parts and a lot of the custom stuff, and also I'm not going to walk away from the mods, but it's just it's one of those things where I find myself complacent and I get kind of bored. And if I get bored, then, what's really...
Well, not only that, but you got to think about it this way, man. You're starting your own business, you know what I mean? Now it's going to be a family business, you know what I mean? It's the way that you provide for your family, dude. So if, the mods isn't making it for you right now, then you have to branch out and you do have to start doing... And honestly, those other jobs are going to bring in those big paychecks. And then, you do a couple of those, you can take a break for a while and then fucking knock out a bunch of fucking custom mod jobs, you know what I mean? It's like...
Well, and it's always cool because, like, I'll get to this point where I get, burnt out. And then I'll do like a wheel job or I'll do a bigger job. Like I just recently did an old 1930s or 40s Coca-Cola cooler.
Dude, sick.
And, it was fun. I got to do that. And then I go back to the shop the next day and get back into custom orders. And that just happened to be, the Punk Rock Silver Fox's Katana and that King and that Twisted that I just did. So, it's fun to go from one end of the spectrum to the other because it keeps me interested, and I just try to keep it, if I'm not waking up and having fun, what's the point?
Yeah.
Gotta have fun, you guys.
And I think for me, man, like my biggest thing right now is just obviously I just transitioned into a different job, so I'm starting a totally different place with better opportunities, better room for me to grow within the company and actually, make more of a career out of the place that I'm at now, which I'm actually pretty excited about. So like with that, for me, it's like I'm pretty much starting fresh. You know what I mean? You got a fresh plate to go off of, brand new environment, stuff like that. So I'm definitely excited for those sorts of things. But I'm honestly just striving to put myself in the position to where I might not have to go and work that normal, 9 to 5 warehouse, production job that I've been doing for the past, 10 years or so. So where I can maybe do something on my own, or, maybe at some point be able to transition and maybe make my way up to Idaho and, maybe get myself on that Palmer's Powders payroll. You know what I mean? It's something that's been talked about, but, things have got to kind of find their way to happen, man. But honestly, dude, I'm just looking for ways just to better myself and continue to grow and strive to, make goals and reach those goals. You know what I mean? Compared to, just kind of setting out to do something, not really having any idea of what I wanted to do with it and just like going with it. You know what I mean? Like I've been doing for the past however long I've been doing it. I kind of want to start, setting some goals for myself and start working towards things and, kind of get to that point so where, like I said, if I wanted to, I could get up and take off and go up to Idaho and go, either work with Ashton or, go wherever I want and do whatever I want. That's what I'm trying to do, is get to the point where I'm in a place where I am able to go where I want, do what I want, and not have anything holding me down or being tied down and complacent or stuck like I felt at the last position I was in, which is something that honestly was taking a huge toll on me outside of, just in my normal life. My last job was really not a great environment for someone to be in. So like for me now, I'm excited. I'm more excited now doing this, going into this new job, than I was at the last place. Just because the environment seems better, the company seems better, the room to grow and those sorts of things, man. Like that excites me compared to knowing that I'm going to go to the job, my last job, run the same machine, doing the same thing with no chance of going anywhere else. You know what I mean?
Well, it's the thing about that, with you doing some kind of change in your life, it can benefit the kind of content you're creating as well, because your morale will be different, and your attitude will be different, and a better morale and
not only that, but
just attitude will create better content.
Taking this new position as well is actually giving me a whole nother day on my weekend to actually sit down and start creating content. You know what I mean? Like I have a whole extra day on the weekend now that I'm going to be able to dedicate to to Frames Janklin. You know what I mean? Not to this, to YouTube, to Instagram, to whatever. Like that's what excites me too, is because like I've got this new opportunity in this new place with endless possibilities. You know what I mean? From everybody I've talked to, it seems like I have multiple avenues to grow and move on and do this, and I'm super excited about it. And then also I've got more time to also dedicate to this. You know what I mean? What I'm really passionate about, and ultimately what I would love to do full time, but I just know that it's not realistic right now, especially with just the way that things are going. It's not realistic for me to sit here and create YouTube content and be able to keep the lights on. You know what I mean? It's just not something that I see. Not saying that I'm going to quit doing what I'm doing or keep working towards possibly doing it. It might be something that happens, but I'm not banking on it. You know what I mean? At least with this place I'm at now, I have the opportunity to get to a higher position to, better myself, better my situation, and maybe at some point be able to stop doing that. And, maybe the podcast takes off, and that's what we do full time, is the Shed Time podcast. You know what I mean? That's honestly, if you ask Sean, that's what we're going to be doing with this podcast. That's what he envisions, and I see it, bro, because I see the passion that he's got with it. I know the passion that I've got for it, as well as Ashton and Chris, and just the drive that we've got as like
I've
a
had
group
those few
is just
instances
insane.
in life where you have friends that say stuff like that, like they have this wild dream, and I shit you not, everything that Sean said, it's been one of those dreams. Like he talked about, like hinted about a podcast, and the next thing I know, I'm on the podcast.
It's happening little by little, bro. Little by little.
Yeah. And then we just have those episodes where it's just like, oh man, you just feel like the balls just keep rolling. It's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, I'm just excited for what's to come. You know, with these new opportunities, for all of us. You know what I mean? Like with Corey, you know, going for his whole craft brew sort of thing, like venturing out into that and the opportunities that he could find there. With you, kind of opening your doors a little bit more to the types of things that you start bringing in now with having the bigger oven and now having the extra set of hands with Jess coming on board and being able to kind of take care of some of the like almost bookkeeping for what I mean, but as also when you get those big cap orders helping you do those wipes and all that stuff, because I seen her get down with you. She knows what she's doing. She definitely knows her way around the powder shop. Hang. She could definitely hang. So I'm excited for all of us, man, and I'm excited for everybody because as shitty as 2020 seems, it's been a real shitty year, guys, but also a lot of good things have happened for a lot of us out of it, and those are the things that I'm trying to been focusing on and trying to keep in my head looking forward, because these are the sort of things that I want to continue to happen in the next year to 2 to 5 or whatever. I want to kind of try to like we talked on the podcast, and this is something that's really kind of been drove into me because I've really kind of taken this to heart, is if you think success, you can achieve it. You know what I mean? If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And it's true, guys. It is true, because there was a point where I was hating it, man. I was hating life. I hated my job. It was terrible, man. I was coming home and like the only getaway I had to, the only thing that really made me happy was doing this. And now I got the opportunity to be in a place where I don't feel like I'm going to hate my job. I feel like I'm going to be working with a great group of people with great opportunities and that sort of situation. Like, I feel like it's overall going to just make this whole next year better, regardless of what happens, with, the whole pandemic or all this thing. I'm going to try to make the goddamn best out of the rest of this year and the continuing years, because I've spent too much time being, like down about how the previous year went, or looking back and be like, man, this year sucked, when a lot of cool things happen that a lot of us tend to lose sight of because we always focus on the negative. You know what I mean? Like, shit, I met Ashton this year, and now look at us. We do a podcast together. I got to go fly out to Idaho and powder coat my own goddamn mod. Like, that all happened this year, guys, amongst all the bullshit that's going on in real life.
Just make it happen, dude.
You gotta remember the little things, you know what I mean? And like the little moments like this right here. This show, this hour we spend together every Monday is one of the things I take with me every week that makes me happy and like makes me look forward to the next Monday. You know what I mean? Is being able to hang out with all you guys, hang out with the dudes here on the panel. It's like, as shitty as the Mondays can be for some people, because I know it's the first day of the work week, all that stuff, but this right here, and like anytime I get together with my vape fam, is just like, it's worth it, man. It's awesome. But anyways, 100%. Here, guys, anything else you guys want to touch on there before we move on? Because we do have one or maybe 2 segments here to do.
I think we pretty much covered a good amount of it.
Okay, let me see. Let me scroll up here. I want to see if there's anything in chat. There's doors have no... Yeah, that's right, Anthony. Those doors have no more frames, bro. I'm gone, bro. I said, fuck them, dude. You gotta stand up your goddamn self.
Totally baked with Ashton Palmer. That'd be a great YouTube channel.
That'd be a great podcast, too. In life, you have to find your passion that's going to make you happy and live life to the fullest. In my 32 years, I've lived hundreds of lives and lots of jobs that helped me grow to who I am today. Dude, Shane Beekman couldn't have said it better,
yeah,
bro.
Shout outs to Shane. He's got some of my early powder coated stuff before I was anybody. So big shout out to that guy.
Put so eloquently, too. You know what I mean? Dude, even for me, in my short 28 years of life, like, I've gone through some shit, dude. But honestly, some of the hardest struggles in my life ended up being some of the biggest growing points in my life that honestly I grew the most, but for the better. You know what I mean? Not everything was awesome, but a lot of good things come out of it. You know what I mean? I've learned to respect.
And I remember
life
being like
more.
25 and being like, fuck, like scared shitless to like roll into like my later 20s, you know. And then the other day I woke up and I'm like sitting there thinking, I'm like, holy shit, I'm 29. And like I kind of like started reflecting on things and like being like, wow. Like I remember 5 years ago I was like freaking out thinking that I wasn't gonna be, you know, anywhere. I'd be still doing like the same dead end job shit, and now I'm here.
Real quick, too, Alex Davila's like shed time, and then Shane Beekman said, "Did someone say shed time?" And Overdrift said shed time.
I'm
so
getting
yeah,
there, dude.
that means shed time. That's what we're gonna be doing probably right after the show here.
After this camera gets shut off.
So with that, guys, it is time for that segment that we do at the end of the show here every week. We're gonna add a couple songs onto the Vaping with the Ohmies playlist, but of course that means you guys out there in chat also have an opportunity. So if you guys have a song that you want to see on the playlist, start dropping them in chat now. Give us the song title and the artist. That way we make sure we get the right one here. And let's hit this bumper because it's time for the Vaping with the Ohmies. Vaping with the Ohmies? What? Vaping with the Ohmies. Vaping with the Ohmies music playlist. So, guys, this week we'll do 2 songs. We'll pick 2. We'll pick 2 from chat. We'll let Poon Sauce and Ashton pick. So with that, oh yeah, Frames is forgetting he had a birthday. Oh shit, I did have I'm 29. You're right, Chris. Goddamn. Wait, am I? I don't know. Yeah, I am.
You're 29.
Yeah, dude, I forget, bro. I forget. Honestly, to me, if you caught me off guard, I'd probably still say I was 21. But anyways, Corey, go first.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go with a song that I've kind of been hooked on these past few days. It's been out for a little bit. I'm gonna go with the song "Creatures of the Mud" by Shokran.
Creatures of the Mud. All right. What about you there, Mr. Palmer?
You go. Let me look through my playlist.
Oh, shit. Oh, you go. Oh, well, okay. Well, shit. I'm not ready either. That's why I told you to go. So let's see here.
We're definitely prepared here, people.
No, we're not prepared. When are we ever, Poon Sauce?
I got a decent one.
All right,
that's
well,
been
go
kind
ahead.
of bumping lately. I ain't got no haters from Ice Cube. Been listening to that lately. Kind of makes me feel good about myself.
Let's see here. Let's see here. Let me scroll through some of these lists and see what we've got. I'm not getting anything close to what I'm looking for here.
Oh, and I got another really killer one.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna go with. Where'd it go? I just lost it. You know what? I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna steal one from chat here. Let's see here.
Ooh, Uncle Chris has got a good one.
Oh, dude, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna steal Uncle Chris's King Without a Crown, Modest Yahoo. Dude, that's actually a great song, Chris. Great song.
Killer. They have all their music's killer.
All right, so back to you, Corey. Let me actually find another one here.
Let's see. I'm going to go with the song Waited by Volumes. It's a new single they just came out with that I'm pretty stoked about. Oh, yeah, that's mine. What about you, Ashton?
I'm gonna go with Little Lies from Fleetwood Mac because I've been banging that shit since James left.
Oh, that's not what I was trying to do. Let's see here. I'm going to go with. Why can't I find it now?
Anthony Ramella.
What do you say?
Dick in a Box, Lonely Island.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
jeez.
Let's see here.
I got Friend in Low Places, Chris Vandal.
Yeah, see, the only bad part about Garth is you cannot find any of his stuff on Spotify. None of his music's on there. None of it. You know what? I'm gonna go with this. I don't think it's on there. I'm gonna go Hash Pipe by Weezer.
That's a good one.
So that's 2 from me, 2 from Corey, 2 from Ashton. Let's get 2 from chat. Ashton, you see a good one out there, bro?
Chris Handel.
It's a great song.
Chris Vandal, Boats and Hose, Prestige Worldwide.
Dude,
That's
Boats
a banger.
and Hose, bro. Boats
It's
and
got
Hose.
such a killer beat.
All
Who's
right.
it from?
Prestige Worldwide.
There should only be one song called Boats and Hose.
Milky Dubs is in there?
No, that's
that's
the
a-
one from Step Brothers, bro.
That's the one from Step Brothers, dude.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God, Corey.
Boats and Hose.
Oh!
Boats
Oh!
and Hose.
Okay, I'm adding an extra one on here. I need to remember what it is. I'm actually gonna look it up here. I think somebody sent it to me. Let me double check and make sure. And let me double check.
Chris
and make
Vandal, have you
sure.
heard any of the new Deftones stuff? It's pretty good.
Okay, here we go. This has got to go on there, Corey. Dug in the Beats. Songs from Bluffington.
Dug in the Beats?
Yes. There's 6 songs, guys. 6 songs, but he's going to add it on there anyway. If you guys know who the Beats are, you guys are real MVPs.
Wait, Dug in the... Is that the name of the band, The Beats?
Dug in the Beats, bro. Do I need to send you the link, Corey?
Kind of.
Here, I got you, bro. I'll send you the link. Poondoodle. Yes, that's right. He's in my phone as Poondoodle.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
All right, so Corey, pick one out from chat, bro. Pick one out. Let's do it.
Let's see. Go all the way to the bottom. Let's see. I'm going to go with Alex Davila's Queen, I Want to Break Free. That's a good one.
All right, so we've got 3 actually, because the third one was actually one that was suggested previously that I was actually going to use as my own song, but forgot. From Lizzie and Sean, because we were talking about Doug from Nickelodeon and the Beats, and there's actually some songs from the Beats on Spotify, so I had to make sure that they made it on the Ohmies playlist, because I want to turn it on and have the Beats just come on and be like, I need more allowance, yo, to lay you. Dude, brings me back, bro. Brings me back.
Brings me back.
But anyways, guys, I think that's pretty much it here. No DIY corner this week because, of course, there's no clan. We were going to try to get a dad joke from Ashton.
I failed.
But
Ashton dropped the ball.
He dropped the ball.
Okay,
But,
so there is a story behind this. I searched all over fucking Google, but Google sucks apparently, and I couldn't find a good dad joke that I felt that Uncle Dan or hashtag stepdad Dan would not appreciate of.
all right, let's see here.
Duchess coming in with all the
Okay, here we go.
screaming.
You know what? We are going to get a dad joke. Even though it's got Dan's face on it, we're even going to get the bumper. It is time for Frames'
Cry me a river.
All right. So, today says I wanted to go on a diet, but I feel like I have way too much on my plate right now.
Oh my God.
Get it? Get it? Wanted to go on a diet, but I got too much on my plate. Get Dan would have appreciated it. Dan would have appreciated it. So shout outs to Dan, Oma Lanza. We miss you, bro. Hopefully we can get you back here soon. Other than that, guys, we're going to go ahead and pass it around the room. Tell people what we got coming up, where they can find us, all that good stuff. So Poon Sauce, start it off. What you got coming up?
Yeah, of course. There's no episode of What's in the News this week, but you can actually catch me and Logan over on the Rescued Reviews channel this Wednesday. We're going to be hanging out with them for a little bit. So tune into that if you want to see me and Logan talk some shenanigans again. I don't know. Whatever you like dealing with on Wednesdays, I guess. Well, yeah, that's all I got going. What about you, Mr. Ashton? What you got going on this week?
Just getting back to work, getting those custom orders finished up and shipped out. Other than that, you can find me on the Shed Time Podcast every Sunday at shedtimepodcast.com, or you can follow us on SoundCloud to get in on that sweet Shed Time Podcast giveaway. I highly suggest you do that. If not, leave us a 5-star review on Apple or wherever else you're at.
Apple Podcasts, 5-star reviews.
That does us good. That gets us out there with all the other big podcasty dudes.
Makes a difference.
And with that being said, you can follow me on Palmas Powders at Instagram or Facebook, business page or the group, whatever you want, and palmerspowders.com.
Yeah.
And don't forget to check out my boys on Mixing It Up. You know, Uncle Chris, Clown, all those guys. Don't forget to check that show out either.
Yeah. Check
And
it out.
Friday nights, you know, that guy, he'll tell you about it.
Yeah. So, of course, for me, we've got Ashton already touched on it, shedtimepodcast.com. Follow us on SoundCloud for that 500 follower giveaway, because trust me, you guys are not going to want to miss out. We've got a custom coded Tenacious Unicorn. We've got some Dynavap stuff going in there. We got a couple other things that are going to get thrown in there as well. So it's going to be a nice prize package for whoever ends up winning that. Of course, like Ashton Corey said, leave us a 5-star review if you're listening to us on Apple, or if there's anywhere to leave us a review on any of the platforms you listen to us on. Leave us one, because that overall helps us out, because it makes us start falling into the algorithms and stuff like that, and makes us appear on different things and all that good stuff. The more views we get, the better we can make the podcast for you guys. So definitely do that. Check me out, of course, here every Monday, guys. Don't forget, come check us out next week with Poon Sauce. Hopefully we'll have Clown back next week. Who knows who else might be joining us. We might have some guests, we might not. You guys will have to wait and see. Might be doing a video at some time this week if I can find the time to record it, because I am working a different schedule. So in the middle of the week is kind of going to be hard for me. I'm going to try to knock one out, at least get something recorded, and hopefully maybe up and edited by Friday before the green room. But of course, if not, come hang out. My channel, 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, every Friday for the Green Room with my boy Sean Typhon, the Angry Hippie, my boy Uncle Chris, a.k.a. Overdrip, and of course, Shed Time Podcast, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys go over to Amigos & Co. after this to go watch the show with the boys. You got Steez Brones, a.k.a. Breeze Tones. You got Chris Vandal, a.k.a. Swaggins' doppelganger. And you got Legion, that beautiful, beautiful bearded man. So definitely go over there. Go check it out. You guys will probably see me there in chat, going and hanging out with the boys and all that good stuff. And with all that being said, don't really think there's much else for us to do here, guys, other than to say hopefully you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Make sure you guys come hang out with us in all the various chats. You know, you got Mixing It Up tomorrow. You got Rescued on Wednesday. You got the Grim Vlog Thursday. You got, Green Stew Friday with the Friday of Fallout. There's all kinds of stuff happening, guys. So hopefully we'll see you guys around and all that good stuff. Enjoy the rest of your weekend as always. Send out all those positive vibes. Boom. Crisp high fives. And let's just vape on, Ohmies.
Yeah, and don't forget to vape responsibly and respectably.
What he said.